Hello and welcome to our Seamells Primary School walkthrough video. If you're returning to school on the 15th of June, we really can't wait to see you. And if you decided not to return, don't worry, you can change your mind and we might be able to see you in July. This video will show you all the changes we've made to the school site, to your classrooms, and hopefully it will help make you feel more prepared to return to school.
When you come into school and you come down our walkway to our main gate, you'll see that there are new markings on the floor that will remind you to keep 2 meters apart. So use the whole space to walk safely into school. If you come to school on your bike, you'll be able to store your bike in our bike shed. The only thing that's different is we're only allowing one person in the bike shed at a time, and you must keep 2 meters apart. So wait for somebody to put their bike in the bike shed, they come out and then you can go in, but keep 2 meters apart. As you come through the school gate, you will see there's a table set up for you to sanitize your hands. Everybody will need to sanitize their hands before going any further. So you will have to queue and make sure you keep 2 meters apart.
As you come through the main gates, you're going to go over to the hand sanitizer station and make sure that you have some on your hands. And then as you turn, these are the gates that you're going to walk through to get to our classroom. So just like you would usually, you're going to walk through, and the only difference that there's going to be is that on the floor there will be spots marked out for you to stand on, which will be 2 meters apart. At these gates, this is where you will wave goodbye to your carers and you will come into school on your own, ready to start the day in reception. So after you've walked down through our outside area, we're going to walk into the classroom, but we won't be using our coat trolley as we normally do. We'll be putting our coats and our lunch boxes in a tray underneath our table.
If you're in 3-year-old nursery, when you come in the morning, you're not going up the ramp like you normally do. You will be going into your nursery down the path by our bike shed. Now you'll have to remember to stay 2 meters apart, and the gate at the bottom will be open and Stephanie will be waiting to call you in. If you're in our 2-year-old nursery, you will be coming up via the ramp to your nursery. Instead of going into the double doors at the top, you'll be going in through the gate at the side of the outdoor area. A member of staff will be waiting to greet you and to welcome you into our 2-year-old nursery. So please do not go in through those doors. You'll also see, if you're in nursery, there's a sign on the floor and lines reminding you to keep 2 meters apart. If you're in year 6, you will be coming down through the playground as normal, keeping 2 meters away from each other. You will come down through the school gate. There are reminders to keep 2 meters apart all the way through the playground. If you're in year 6, and you normally come through this way and walk around the playground, please use this little path so you don't go onto that side of the playground, because that's going to be reserved for our reception children. So walk down this little path. Please then wait on the hard standing football pitch and wait to be called into class by your teacher.
Our office area is closed and there will be no entry into the school through these doors. Our office, however, is still open and you can get your inquiries answered via telephone or emailing. There will be no staff member staffing this office area. You will notice some of our doors have been blocked off. These doors are not locked and can still be opened if there's an emergency. But you shouldn't be going through these doors if there is not an emergency.
This is to make sure that our school areas are clean and to keep you safe. Lots of our hallways have been marked with a one-way walking system. This is to make sure you keep 2 meters apart when you're walking inside the school building. Most of the time you won't be allowed to walk around the school building. This is to make sure that you don't meet too many people outside of your bubble. Each classroom door that's open has a special sign on the door. This means that it shows people very clearly who are visiting, that there's social distancing, you're not to shake anyone's hands, you're to keep 2 meters apart, you're not to share equipment, and there's a maximum box of the number of people who are allowed in the classroom at one time. This makes sure that there's enough space for people to stay 2 meters apart. So if anyone coming into the room can see there's already that number of people in there, they are not to come in. Your classroom in Year 6 looks very different. Your tables have been pushed apart and there are X's on your tables. This means you should not sit on that side. That's because we have measured between the chairs 2 meters. You will also see that there are trays on everybody's desks. In those trays are all your books, pens, pencils, glue sticks and scissors and all the equipment that you will need, because we will be not sharing resources. Other areas have red crosses or red tape over them. That's to help to remind everybody that we're not allowed to go and touch those areas. Each classroom also has a sink that's now got antibacterial hand wash and a stock of green paper towels. You will be encouraged to wash your hands regularly throughout the school day. There is also a yellow bucket. In that yellow bucket there are cloths, cleaning spray, face masks, gloves and aprons. And this is for the teachers to use to clean your tables or clean equipment afterwards. You will also notice there are a lot more posters in the classroom. This is to remind you to keep 2 meters apart, and if you have a sneeze or a cough, you're to catch it in a tissue and then bin it. We're still in the process of setting up the Year 3 classroom ready for our Year 6s, but your classroom will look very similar to the way the Year 6 classroom is set up. There are some Year 6 only toilets at the top end of the school corridor. These will be for the only use of the Year 6 children, and there are lots of reminders to use tissues and to put your tissues in the bins. And there are lots of reminders for you to wash your hands.
On each table you will have a set of your own resources, so for things that we need during carpet time or during our learning time, you'll be able to get access to them from your very own box. On the carpet we've laid out spots which you will each get your very own spot to sit on, just like we used to on our animal bottoms, and this spot will be where you sit when you're on the carpet. Now throughout these videos I'm sure that you have seen that there is tape on top of the tables and there is tape around our classrooms, and the tape is there just to make sure that we remember that we're not supposed to sit there or we're not supposed to touch the resources that have been taped up, and this is to keep a safe reception.
Now you will notice lots of the toys in nursery have been put away, and those toys are the toys that can't be washed or can't be wiped clean. Lots of the toys that have been left out can easily be washed or put in the wash machine to be cleaned at the end of the day. Don't panic if it looks a little bit sparse. There are lots and lots of toys available, but they've just been put away because they're clean. You'll still also have access to your lovely outdoor area with lots and lots of toys to play with. You'll see that some of the toilets have been locked off. That's to make sure that when we've got 2 different bubbles, we've got different toilets for each bubble. At break time and lunchtime, you will be sent out to eat or play in your designated playground area. Year 6 have the area from the first yellow goal down to the red and white tape at the back. You will also have part of the field, and you will have the summer house. If you are in reception at break time and lunchtime, you will have from the yellow goal all the way to the top of the green shed. That includes the grassy area by the willow whale. You'll also be able to eat your lunch on the picnic benches. The 3-year-old nursery will also have a playground space, and that's from the tyres to the school gate. Don't worry, it looks bare at the moment, but there will be lots of resources put there for the children to play with. The trim trail and the back part of the field will be used by our childcare. This is to make sure that they've also got outdoor space.